weekend.
Great games, Lee.
Let's start with the Oregon Ducks. That game in Iowa City in the driving rain. Dante Moore just makes some unbelievable passes on the final drive of the game. How about the Ducks coming out of character? We can't throw it because it's raining sideways. No problem. We're going to run for 261 yards. And Iowa, which has historically not been a great offensive team, put up a hell of a fight. But Oregon is Oregon. What a great game. The Ducks won that. Only superseded by what happened at State College, Pennsylvania. That whiteout Penn State, 106,000 Beaver Stadium, Indiana Hoosiers in big trouble. That game flipped in the second half. Penn State became what Penn State used to be under Joe Paterno. We're going to run the ball, damn it. And what are you going to do about it? And they climbed back into the game, and they took the lead. And I thought, here, Indiana season is over. And Fernando Mendoza, the Cal transfer quarterback, he took them 80 yards in 75 seconds with no timeouts, and then throws a touchdown on the back line of the end zone. Thank goodness for replay.
That was incredible.
That was an incredible finish to the game. Indiana is still unbeaten. Penn State, man, did they put up quite a fight. USC, they got a problem on their hands. Big Ten's going to nail them. USC posted a victory this past weekend, beat Northwestern. Trojans are 7-2. Jaden Mayava goes for 299, couple more touchdowns. Third string running back King Miller, another big game, 129 yards rushing. But they're going to get socked by the Big Ten. I don't know if you're aware of this. In the game in the second quarter, they were about to punt to Northwestern, and they put a guy wearing a punter's jersey number into punt. But it wasn't their punter. It was their third quarterback, Sam Heward. He wore number 80, which is the number of the punter.
Yeah.
Northwestern never picked up on it. Boom, he gets a long snap, fakes the kick, throws a first down completion. They get out and score. Wound up being a difference in the game. They pulled one over on Northwestern. The Big Ten says, no, that you can't do that. So I bet there's going to be a fine, maybe 50,000, maybe 100,000. I think they're going to nail USC. Lincoln Riley was, look what I did. It's kind of stretching the playing rules.
Yeah.
You know, college football does have, because of the numbers of guys, multiple players wearing the same number. It's
Because
usually
they have like 100, more than 100 guys.
Yeah, at home games.
Yeah.
Everybody dresses. So, but they don't play. But there were two number 80s there. One is the punter who always wore number 80, and Sam Heward, who showed up wearing number 80, had never worn it before. And they sprung it on Northwestern.
Yeah, that's a quarterback number.
Yeah, not so. So anyhow, so that's USC's storyline. Keep an eye out. The sanctions coming there. UCLA, wow. They got whacked by Nebraska. Yeah, they fought back at the end, but they got killed by Nebraska. They are 3-6. Now they've got another 2-game losing streak around their neck. And where do they go Saturday? Horseshoe, Ohio State. Has anybody in modern day football scored 100 points against somebody?
Oh.
UCLA at Ohio State.
Wow.
Ooh. Anyhow, college football, go ahead. You got a comment.
Yeah, a few. I just remember watching the college game day, and they were, you know, when they do the pick'ems, and everyone picked the Ducks over, you know, the Hawkeyes. But Kirk Herbstreit said, no, I think Iowa's going to win this, and they're going to win it ugly, you know, on a field goal at the end. It'll be something like 16-13. He was almost right.
Oh, it was ugly. It was raining sideways.
Exactly. So he almost had it right. That IU game, the way that Penn State went ahead, and then IU with like 2 minutes or something like that left on the clock and marched all the way down the field. And, you know, what's his name? Fernandez, right? Is that his last name?
Fernando Mendoza.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Cal transfer.
Fernando Mendoza has been tremendous.
Yep.
I mean, no one would have thought of this guy as a Heisman Trophy winner, but I think this dude deserves it.
Well, he's right there in the hunt. I got to vote. It's going to be complicated, but he's right there in the hunt. But he's not the type of quarterback that throws for 426.
No.
He throws for 215, but they're all meaningful touchdowns.
And they're all really, well thrown passes. He did a great job. So IU football fans have got to be going bonkers right now. Number 2 in the nation, undefeated. This is rarefied air for Hoosier Nation.
If nobody stumbles, number 1 versus number 2 in the Big Ten championship game.
Do they play in the regular season?
No.
Interesting. All right. Well, that's going to be brilliant.
Yep.
That's going to be great fun to watch. The SC thing, I know when it first happened, I thought, yay, good on Lincoln Riley. I like it when coaches are sort of clever and they can figure out a loophole through the rule book.
You don't like sportsmanship, do you?
Well, no, it's just, it's a thinking man's game. So, because you got to protect against, the fake punt anyways. But then, then you find out, okay, maybe that wasn't the rule book. Okay. If so, it's cheating. You got to penalize him. But the kid's name was Heward. Was that any relation to the other? Weren't there two other Heward brothers?
Yeah, Brock Heward was a quarterback at the University of Washington. Sam came from Washington. He was recruited there and then wound up at SC.
Oh, okay. So he must be like a fifth-year senior or something like that. And So that, by the way, what's your whole take on this? Because I remember, I think I mentioned this on a previous show. I was a little kid. I had one of those electric football games. And then the little figurines of the football players, you would have to put numbers on their back. And they gave you a guide that said quarterbacks are supposed to have a number between 1 and 19. And running backs between 20 and 39. And linebackers were in the 50s or the 60s. Okay. And the NFL has held pure to that rule for a long time. College then began giving the exotic single-digit numbers to linemen and stuff probably, 10 years ago?
Yep.
And that caused a little bit of confusion. So if the punter had a punter number, which usually the kickers are single-digit numbers, then there wouldn't have been any sort of a confusion.
Except, though, it didn't matter what his number was. Heward put on a number that was already given to the regular putter.
Right.
So it was double identity.
But yeah, it is. But it was clever on the way they did that. And by the way, when he threw that pass, I was like, oh, that dude knows how to throw the ball. He ain't just he's
not a punter.
No, he's not.
Okay, that's all things college football. Hey, we get to halftime.